Hey, good morning, friends. Welcome to Monday. How's everybody doing? I hope your weekend was great. This is Julie Hamilton from Life Builders, bringing you simple tips to build a strong and healthy life on. If you didn't hear, yesterday we launched an awesome project. We are going to be showing a film called Look to the Sky. It's showing all around the nation, and we're going to be showing it here in Napa. Now, if you don't live in Napa, go check it out. Go to risinghero.org, and they're going to list all the screenings there, and you can even request your own screening, but they're all for charity. So the one in Napa, we're showing it August 29th at 6:30, and all the charity proceeds are going to the Boys and Girls Club of Napa, but you can do it in your own town. You could do your own screening. You just have to sell the tickets in advance. It's super fun. So I hope you guys can be a part of that. Here's one of the best news is that next Monday, the 7th, we're having the filmmaker, Brett Culp, and we're going to be interviewing him here on Life Builders. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for you to meet him and hear the heart behind the film. You're going to absolutely love him. He's adorable. And so I hope you'll tune in then. And we got 2 great interviews next week, but I'll get to that later. So anyway, this morning I wanted to talk a little bit about fear and resistance and their favorite places to pop up in your life. You know, the thing is, have you guys ever been at that place where you are, trying to press the button on something new or trying to, make a new contact that you would never make, and you feel sick to your stomach? Like, somebody sent me a text yesterday that was really great, but when I read it and they were like, yeah, let's do this, I felt sick to my stomach, like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do it, and even pressing the button to actually, I went through and filled out all the information to do this screening like 3 times before I actually pressed the go button, because I was feeling really scared and really nervous about it. Well, the thing is, and if you've read Big Magic, you read this point in there, fear is actually good for us, right? Because fear keeps us from doing the things that we know are going to harm us, from running out in the street, from, touching the stove because we're going to burn. Good morning, Stacy. Good morning, Erica and Donna. Good to see you. I know this feeling well. Yeah. And it keeps us from, it's actually part of who we are meant to be, because it's actually good for us in some ways. It keeps us from doing things that are harmful to ourselves. But what happens when you do something that is unknown? Like, if let's pretend we're in a horror movie or a scary movie, and we're sneaking around in the dark around the corner, and you feel that tension of that fear because you don't know what's coming around the corner, and we're all going like, no, don't go there, and they keep walking into the place that you're just like, why would you do that? Or let's say in another instance, you're getting lost in a place where you feel like, I feel afraid of this. But fear comes up with the unknown. But what happens is often, even when the unknown is good, that fear mechanism comes up, and it wants to come along with us, and it wants to keep us from doing it. So anytime we start something new, we have that unknown feeling. We don't know what's going to happen. You launch a new project. You strike out for a new job. You try to get that new house, Roxanne, and there's an element of the unknown in it. And so fear is going like, hey, don't do this. We don't know what the result is. It could be dangerous to you. And that is fear's favorite time to jump in, is right when you're starting something new, because it cannot predict the outcome of the experience. And sometimes we have to get to that place where we just let the fear stay with us, but we don't listen to it, right? Because we don't want to say like, I have no fear. Fear is actually helpful to us in our daily lives, and not bad fear, but you know what I'm talking about. It keeps us from making harmful decisions. But when we're making a new decision, sometimes we have to override that button of fear. Like, even if you're flying, how many of you have been afraid of flying, and you're flying, I'm flying to New York or whatever, you got this long flight, and what keeps us afraid is the unknown. What's the unknown result of this flight? But we have to override that, right? We have to say, you know what, I know I'm loved, I know that I'm held, I know that there is a greater destiny, and even if I fail, let's say your new project, even if I fail, I know that it's going to be okay. All right, so that's when fear wants to come in, is when, so next time you're going into an unknown situation, think about that. Why do I feel afraid? Why do I feel afraid of this? It's your natural response. And you can let the fear be there, but you just do it afraid. That's what you do. You just do it afraid. And then you find out sometimes the response is so much better than you ever even imagined or thought of. Oh man, totally. Treva says, I've been walking through this with so many changes the past few months. Selling your house, getting a new one, and moving. All of those things are so scary. I totally identify with you on that, Treva. It's times when I thought we were going to be homeless. But you know, God had like a bigger and better plan for us. And so looking back, I'm like, oh, okay. Why was I so scared? I should know God takes care of us. And then resistance. Resistance loves to come in. But the funny thing about resistance, it's the thing that tries to keep us from doing stuff. But the funny thing about it is that it never comes in if you're going down a level. So if you're like a missionary and you're like, I think I'm going to go sit at home and eat some potato chips and get rid of this missionary thing, you are not going to find any resistance. Or let's say you're serving in a ministry and you're like, you know what, I don't think I want to do this ministry anymore. I think I'm going to go sit at home and not serve people anymore. You're not going to find any resistance to that. But the resistance comes when you step a level up, right? So when we take that jump to try to go up to the next level of our physical ability, our ministry ability, or the things that we're supposed to be doing. And so I just encourage you, when you feel that resistance, know that you are taking a step up in you're leveling up to the next place that you're going. And so the fear and resistance, they love to come in when you've got those moments. It just hinges on a moment where you're like, I've got this thing in my head. I really want to do it. I feel like God's asking me to do this thing in my heart. That fear and that resistance, that is the moment where it loves to come in and try to keep you from moving ahead into all the things that you're meant to do. So I just encourage you this morning to think about it like that, knowing that these are the times in my life that those things are going to show up. And I have the ability to move on and level up and go to the next thing because I am not held back by fear. I am not held back by resistance. And I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to trust that it's going to be okay. I'm going to trust that even if I fail, I'm going to learn something. I'm going to trust that this resistance is not trying to hold me back from something bad. It's trying to hold me back from something good. So I hope that gets you into your Monday. I love you guys, and I hope you have an awesome week, and just go for it. Go past that fear, go past that resistance, and go into all that God's asking you to do, into all that's coming into your life, and just go for it with all your heart this week. Hope you have a very great week with lots of solutions. I pray there's solutions to your problems this week, that you'll see revelations about things you didn't know before, that you're going to have open doors of opportunity before you this week, and things that you thought were like dead in the water are going to come alive, and opportunities are just going to be really opening to you. So anyway, I love you all. Have a great day, and I will see you later. Bye.